Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason and Dave, your favorite podcast hosts from the Gen X POV podcast. Once again, coming at you for week 2 of our football analysis, or at least our picks anyway. I don't know how much analysis is actually going to be happening. But, yeah, let's get right into it. Should I set the timer?
Yeah, do it for 30 if you have 30.
30 minutes. I'm here. 30 minutes.
Okay. 30 minutes and counting.
All right.
All right.
2 quarters.
2 quarters. So first, recap of last week before we move any further.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we added up our pick'ems. We're not going to go game by game, but we each came out with 9 wins.
That's right.
So after 1 week, Dave and Jason, dead heat, 9 wins apiece in the pick'ems. So hooray for us.
Yeah, hooray for us. But boo for our teams. Because,
oh, my God.
I mean, let's just talk about it for a second.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Fans. And from an Eagles perspective, so here's what happened. Sunday, the wife and I were going up to northeastern PA to go on a hike through these waterfalls and everything else. So it's something we had planned for the weekend for a while. All right, knew I could listen to the game on the radio. So boom, that's what we did. We got in the car, we started driving out there, and I'm listening to the first half of the game and thinking, okay, I don't like how we finished the half, but I was still feeling pretty good about the game,
Sure.
Wentz came out there, lit up that defense. We had 2 good scoring drives, got a field goal, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can tolerate this. And then the fucking wheels came off. Then Carson couldn't throw a fucking pass. He was throwing interceptions, getting sacked. 4 times? I think he got sacked. No,
it was like 8.
It was 8 times. Yeah,
he got his fucking ass walloped.
So, and what happened going into the game? Lane Johnson, who's their fucking Pro Bowl left tackle, right tackle, didn't show up. Like he wasn't there for the game for injury or whatever. He was a game time decision, so he wasn't going to be there. Like, all right, fuck. So then we had a lot of inexperienced rookies that are starting on the offensive line, and against the Washington team that had a very good defensive line, like straight out the jump. So just not necessarily a recipe for success. And as soon as fucking Redskins figured out, or the Washington football team figured out that
they're still the Redskins until they figure out a new fucking name.
Yeah.
So figure out a name.
I'll slip into either one of them. Yeah. But as soon as they had figured out after his first couple drives, like, all right, how do we stop this? Then boom, it was over. They didn't score another point. So Lane Johnson's going to be back this coming game. It's going to be a much more challenging game against the Rams, I think, from a defensive perspective. And we can only get better, I hope.
Yeah, and as far as the 49ers go, obviously being a San Francisco 49ers fan, living in New Jersey, I don't really get to see a lot of their games, but I kind of had hoped, having a appearance in the Super Bowl last year, that they get a week 1 fucking nationally televised game. No, not the case. Watching the highlights, though, it was fucking sad. I mean, they had a slight lead over the Cardinals early, but kind of like with the Eagles, they just didn't do anything at the end. From the highlights I saw, their offense just looked fucking terrible. Like, they've got a good running core, but fucking Garoppolo, man, we're paying you a lot of fucking money, shithead. Time to get your shit together and act like a real NFL quarterback. But yeah, for what I could tell, the second half, the offense was just lethargic. They just looked like they didn't fucking care, like they couldn't fucking do anything. I'm not happy.
So here's the analysis portion of this, right? Mm-hmm. Both of our teams came out, they looked like absolute dog shit. And to me, at the end of it, it was like they played like it was a preseason game. First quarter with the starters, and you get out there, you score points, and then the rest of the game is when you figure out who is going to be your bench. How do you determine your depth?
Yeah.
Okay. And trying to do that just with practices and like without hitting and everything else, to me, what it showed that, like, from at least from the Eagles, from an organizational standpoint, they needed to have some fucking preseason. They needed to see guys actually get in the trenches and get hit to basically ascertain whether or not they're going to be effective.
Yeah.
And what we saw, at least, again, 2 samplings, right? We got your game for the 49ers and me watching or listening to the Eagles. But the fact that we don't have a preseason, I mean, obviously people still won football games, right? The Chiefs game seemed like they went off.
Yeah. The Saints looked really good.
Yeah, well, so somebody who has Drew Brees in their fucking fantasy league, he I think he only threw for like 112 yards or something. Yeah. So it wasn't a great game, but it was against Tampa fucking Bay. Like Tom Brady was going to do anything with that fucking.
Oh, didn't you listen to the announcers? They were all over Tampa Bay's nuts for the first half of that fucking game.
I'm sure they were. Yeah. Of course, because it's fucking Tom Brady. Whatever, it's fucking lame. But
well, and that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on this year is the Belichick versus Brady. Belichick's up one at this point. He got the win. The very easy win, it looked like. Yeah,
there was a great graphic that somebody had sent me. It had Tom Brady as like the orange Tampa Bay fucking Buccaneer, right? It was like Tom Brady's face and he's like crying. And then Cam Newton is like the Cam Newton when he had the fucking hairband thing going.
Oh yeah,
and so it's him as the Patriot, like with the Patriot thing behind it. I'll have to send it to you. It was fucking, it's fucking classic.
Yeah, cool. So, do we want to talk about fantasy now, or save that until after our pick'ems? Then we'll do last week's recap, and then
let's get through the pick'ems, and then we'll fucking expound on fantasy because once again, I didn't have a good week, so I'm just as soon not talk about it.
All right, fair enough. So again, Dave and I are each sitting at 9 wins apiece. So it's anybody's game at this point.
All right. So we're going to go with tonight's game first. We got the Bengals at Browns.
Ooh. Can I pick neither? No, seriously. Like these teams both are fucking terrible franchises. Both in Ohio. Why anybody would want to live there or play for those teams, but I still got to go with homeboy Heisman winner. What the fuck's his name? I always forget his goddamn name.
Which one?
Joe Burrow, the Bengals quarterback. Yeah, I'm hoping he shows some sort of promise. So I'm gonna go with the fucking Bengals. Fuck the Browns. I'll never vote for the Browns ever.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Browns quarterback also won the Heisman, so like you had to be more specific with that.
Recent history. My memory's terrible.
And you don't follow college football, so there is that.
But I did know Burrow won the Heisman. So
there you go.
I actually watched his last game last year. I think I mentioned that last week.
You know what it is? I think it's just by proxy because it's probably ESPN's probably on in the gym when you're in there, so it's just kind of playing in the background.
Potentially.
So, all right, I'm trying to bring up the spreads for the games, and I'm not going to waste the time.
We don't even go with the spread anymore.
Yeah, we're going to pick straight up. So we're both going Bengals.
Yeah, well, I am for sure. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals as well.
All right.
I think the Bengals have more to prove. All right, so next game, Giants at Bears.
I mean, Giants showed a little promise last week, but sorry, Luna Girl, but they still kind of suck, so I'm going to go with the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears seem to have a better game. Mutual friend Chuck Brinzer, Jason and I both flew with him. He's a huge Bears fan, and he was, we text back and forth, and he was talking about how he was hoping Trubisky would fucking eat a giant bag of fucking dicks and suck that game so that they could bench him and get somebody else. But Trubisky played well, so you know what? You're going Bears.
Yep.
I'm going Giants.
Okay.
And again, strictly from a football perspective, I think that the Giants are going to figure out how to get Saquon Barkley the ball more.
They need
more
to.
Saquon.
I mean, he's the biggest talent they have.
All the Saquon Barkley. And, by the way, fucking get Sterling Shepard and get their wide receivers going. I think Tate was out last week. I can't remember. But
is he still playing?
What's that?
Tate, Tate? Is that who?
Yeah, he was released I'm pretty sure he was released by the Eagles, and then the Giants picked him up. And listen, he's got decent talent. He has a very, very low floor, right? Mm-hmm. He's a do or die type player in fantasy. But I think Saquon all the way, and I'm hoping to lose that one, but I have a feeling the Giants are going to win that game. All right, next game, Rams at Eagles.
So this is, I mean, I hate to say it this early in the season, but it's a must win for the Eagles. They're at home. I got to go with your boys. I mean, the Rams were mildly impressive. I mean, they won their game, obviously, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Eagles in this one.
I am also going with the Eagles because I am a homer, and I agree with you. I think what happened with Wentz, you're going to have Lane Johnson back. I'm not sure what the status as of today is of oh, fuck me. What the hell is his name? God, yeah, Miles Sanders. You know, if they have their running back, their starting running back, and they have their fucking Pro Bowl left tackle in there, then he's a right tackle. Why do I keep saying left tackle? Jason Peters is the left tackle. Anyway, you're going to have the pieces in there. I think you're able to fucking keep Carson upright a little bit. Carson Wentz has to stop doing this fucking duck move, right? He does this move. He drops back, and as the pressure's coming, he like ducks underneath it.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he gets away with it every once in a while, but in that game, they fucking ate him alive. Like, so it's like, okay, get rid of the fucking football. Just get rid of it. Like, that should have been all they worked on, was fucking having him throw out of bounds all this week. But anyway, I'm still going with the Eagles.
Okay.
Fuck the Rams.
Well, let's not get too crazy.
No, fuck the Rams. Fuck Jared Goff and whatever.
Can I change my pick?
You can. It's not too late.
All right, I'll go with the Rams. Fuck it.
He's going with the Rams.
After your little outburst, I have to change my pick now.
All right, Falcons at Cowboys. Remember, the Cowboys lost last week, too.
They did.
The number one team in the NFC East right now is the Washington football team.
Which is fucking sad.
Nobody expects the fucking Redskins to fucking be the number one team.
God, do I really have to pick Dallas? I think I have to pick Dallas.
You're going to pick Dallas?
Yeah, God, it pains me. It hurts to pick them, trust me.
It's in the house that Jerry's built. I don't know that fucking we can trust Jerry Jones to actually not cheat and present some sort of fucking thing like, you know, plant COVID in a locker room or fucking do something like that. I want to pick the Falcons, and I'm going to, because there's nothing on the line here except bragging rights. And fuck the Cowboys. All right. Panthers at Bucks. You would think there's just some sort of underlying story here, right? Cam Newton leaves the Panthers and then comes to the Bucks, or, you know, now the Bucks. Tom Brady's at the Bucks playing. There's no fucking story here. It's
I'm gonna just go with Tampa. Brady's got to win a game eventually, so this could be the one. They're in Tampa. I mean, what does Carolina have besides that running back?
That's all they need is Christian McCaffrey. I'm picking the Panthers.
Okay. Man, we're going with a lot of different picks this week.
That's right. One of us is going to take the lead. Although we did that this last one and we still managed to even out. So I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. We got next game is your 49ers at the Jets.
I mean, I got to go with the Niners. I don't know what the hell the Jets have as far as weapons or offense or a team to speak of.
They had a weapon. They had Le'Veon Bell, and he's gone. He's on the IR. So
I'll go with the Niners. Fuck. They're playing
at the Meadowlands.
Well, of course, there's no fans, so fuck.
There would have been no fans anyway. It's the fucking Jets.
I would have gone as a 49ers fan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that would have been a great opportunity for you to see your team.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
And then, of course, the Eagles are going to San Fran this year, so.
Right. Hopefully it's not everything is burned down by then, Christ on sale.
Yeah, it's pretty late in the season, so who the hell knows?
It's late in the season, but it's bad when we're here in the fucking Northeast in the United States and we're getting these crazy fucking sunrises and sunsets because of all the smoke and everything that's in the atmosphere from these fires. So, God, there's so much devastation going on the planet right now, at least in the United States, with fucking hurricanes and fucking fires and lions and tigers and bears. You're supposed to say, "Oh my." That's I teed it up perfectly.
That's not a recurring bit on this show, so
no, but it's still a thing. Anyway,
I guess 90 years ago it was a thing. So
it wasn't 90 years.
Wasn't it like the fucking 30s?
For Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
I don't know. Jamie, bring that up.
Yeah, Jamie, pull that up.
All right, Broncos at Steelers.
Broncos at Steelers. Steelers. Yeah, that's an easy one.
Same. As much as it pains me.
1939. So 81 years.
Fucking hell. God, we're old.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Wizard of Oz was like still like a recent thing when we were kids. I mean, it was a recent thing for our parents, and maybe it had that resurgence. I don't fucking know.
Well, fuck no, it had been out for 20 years by the time my mom was born.
Oh shit! Bitches be crazy. Anyway, Jaguars at Titans.
God, I don't even care.
We can say that with a lot of these games.
Yeah, I'll go with the home team. I'll go with Tennessee.
I am also going with Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee has a lot more weapons. Okay, here we go. I already know what you're going to pick, but we're going to say it for the sake of doing it.
Sure.
We got the Lions at the Packers.
Oh, you have to go the Packers. You would be fucking retarded to go with the Lions. Really, you'd have to be fucking retarded to be a Lions fan, but also to vote for the Lions in any kind of a pick'em. So,
speaking of, is there any? Do we have any of the Escape Pod boys in the?
It does not look like it. We got a bunch of our other regulars though. We got Bronco Fett, we got Luna Girl, we got Dragon Buddy, we had Ivo G earlier.
Yeah.
We got Eric Johnson. He's popped into a couple of our streams.
Yeah, he actually, because I'm at the lodge, he opened the door a second ago, heard me doing this, and then fucking found it on the thing.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
who did you pick in Green Bay and the Lions?
Green Bay.
Okay.
Green Bay.
You didn't say so.
Bills at Dolphins.
I really want the Bills to be good. I really do. So, fuck it. I'll go with the Bills.
I'm going with the Bills as well. I think I picked the Bills to win the fucking AFC East. So okay. I think this is one of those games where you fucking pound Miami into the fucking dust and prove how fucking useless that football team is.
Indeed. Yeah, they're getting down to Detroit and Cleveland levels.
Yeah, Miami it's a shame. It's perfect season ruined them forever. I don't think they've had a good football team since fucking Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Vikings at Colts.
I'll go with the Vikings. Yeah, they just seem like a far better team. Despite their loss. Okay.
I'm going with the Colts. I think I think Phillip Rivers has a little bit of rhythm right now. They're playing at home, in the dome, which again, with no fans really doesn't mean anything, but you're talking about a dome scenario where there is some crowd noise that's going to be pumped in there. So I think it's more geared towards the home field. I'm sure the spread's probably pretty close between it on the games. It might even edge the Colts just because of home field. But yeah, I'm taking the Colts on that one. All right, the Washington football team versus the Cardinals.
The Cardinals beat the Niners last week, so I'll go with the Cardinals.
I'm going with the Cardinals as well. I think there's too much talent on the Cardinals to they're going to overwhelm. They're going to be able to. Kyler Murray's going to fucking make the the front four of fucking the Washington football team just go insane because they're going to be chasing them all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the coaching staff, you got Ron Rivera, you got people that are experienced football coaches in Washington. However, the Bills Mafia tries so hard every week tailgating. They ban tailgating in Philly.
What?
Yeah.
So you can't tailgate before the game, even though you're not allowed in the stadium?
Right. Well, those parking lots are all like leased out, so it's private property at one point. So it's not like you can.
Don't be a dick. Just fucking let them do their thing. Whatever.
You got Ravens at Texans. We're getting into the 4:00 games now.
We're also getting to the high quality shit. Let me tell you, Ravens. They're a super talented team. Not to say Houston isn't bad, but you got to go Baltimore.
You know what? There's a. You're going Baltimore?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really feel like it's two really highly touted second or third year quarterbacks that are kind of getting into the stretch phase of really becoming competitive, where they should be playing in that AFC championship game consistently.
Yeah.
Between these two teams, but I'm going to go with Baltimore, and I'm going to do that because Bill O'Brien, as the Texans coach, has proved that he can fucking lose a game with the best of them. It's just a shame because I liked Bill O'Brien when he was at Penn State. He left Penn State to coach the Texans, but he just not. There's something about winning that Bill O'Brien seems to fucking just go like, oh my god, oh my god, I might win. So going with the Ravens on that one. All right,
dodge that shit like the Matrix.
All right, Chiefs at Chargers.
I mean, the Chiefs have given me no reason to not always pick them. So,
yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs as well. That's an easy pick.
Yeah.
Even though it's in San Diego, but Big Red's gonna, Big Red had that team ready for fucking last week, and they're only going to get better the more they practice.
Yeah.
The only thing it probably is against them, if anything, is because the Chiefs were the early game, so now they've had such a long streak before they play again. Andy Reid, when you give him extra time, he was really, really good coming off the bye week. But when you had like games that were like longer in between, he was a little sus. But I still think the Chiefs are a much better team.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. I know who you're gonna pick already. Patriots Seahawks.
You know what? I've actually kind of gone back and forth on this one. So here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to pick Seattle.
All right.
Because if I'm wrong, then that means Seattle loses and New England wins. So me and Kristen both get a win there.
There you go.
So, but I'll pick Seattle for the pick'em.
That was me picking the Cowboys last week. It was the same. It's the same karma, right? It's like, well,
right.
If they fucking win, I get the point. Whatever. If they lose, then they fucking lose. Yes. Fuck Jerry Jones. All right. I think in that game, I'm going with the Seahawks as well.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots just haven't. Belichick won that game. They won with Cam Newton. I just don't. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to fucking christen them as like, okay, they're the team to beat still.
Oh yeah, they've still got a lot to prove.
And don't get it twisted. I know Bronco Fett's giving a shit. Don't get it twisted. We hate Seattle.
Yeah,
fucking hate them.
Mm-hmm.
But this is about picking football games. It's not about what's going on in our hearts, although it is sometimes.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of emotion involved in some of these picks. So.
All right, Monday night game. It's the Saints at the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. Like, I will never pick the Raiders unless they're playing against Detroit or the Browns. I will pick the Raiders over those two, but against any legitimate team, I'll never pick the Raiders. So obviously, I'm going New Orleans.
I'm going New Orleans as well, and the main reason is we start talking about our fantasy. I need Drew Brees to fucking have a record season. I need to be this Drew Brees' swan song, because we're in our fantasy league right now. I've got the picks right here. I'll take a picture that way we have them.
Yep.
segueing right into this, I need Drew Brees to fucking have a good week. I am the underdog in fantasy coming into this week. I got my ass handed to me last week. Brees underperformed. My entire lineup underperformed. And I fucking – who did I lose to? I don't even know.
You lost to Solsky.
That's right. I did know that. I was
the Detroit Death Stars.
Yeah, unfortunately, fucking Detroit bullshit.
Whereas, thankfully, I represented the All Things Star Wars / Gen X POV and beat the shit out of Big Lovin'.
Yeah, see, so what's funny is there's all kinds of shit talking. This is the best part of the Sidebar Cantina and this fantasy football league and everything else. There is like video shit talking that's happening in the cantina, like live.
Oh yeah, the shit talking between Brady and Keith is fucking legendary.
The fucking Pizza Hut box with the that was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I don't have a strong enough team. Like I'd be talking straight out of my ass, and I'm not one to shit talk if I don't have some inkling that I might have a chance. I'd rather just kind of sit back, and if I win, I go like, well, that was surprising, and then maybe talk shit afterwards. But going into this season right now, the way my team looks, that B- fucking grade, I don't know that I'm going to get there. I'm genuinely upset. Usually, we're fantasy veterans, right? I've been doing this since fucking God only knows how long.
Yep.
Decades of fucking playing fantasy football, and generally speaking, I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
I have no confidence in my fantasy football team this year.
Well, and again, this is COVID has a lot to do with this. With no preseason, no real ability to kind of analyze some of these teams, get a feel for some of these running backs and receivers. So COVID's fucked everything. Though I still feel like when I was drafting, like I was drafting a good team. And when I got that fucking C+, I'm like, what the fuck? But C+ my ass, I got the most points by far in our fucking league this week. So those fucking bots that run the Yahoo Fantasy can suck my nuts.
Oh yeah, you can't listen to whatever Yahoo Fantasy is trying to put down week to week. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Big Lovin' took the brunt of my fucking bonkers week in fantasy. So
rather than we're not going to break down game by game, right? We don't have that kind of time.
Nah.
But we can talk about some standings.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we've got two squadrons. We've got two divisions. So for my division, at 1-0, we got Master McCaffrey.
Who is that?
That's I think it's Tony Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Jamie's pulling that up right now, and yes, it is Tony Ferrari.
Very good. So he's third ranked. Fourth ranked with a record of 1-0 is Attack of the Swede.
Sweet.
Obviously, that's Big Swede, a.k.a. All Those Swede, a.k.a. everything else.
Yep.
At number 6, we have the Detroit Death Stars with a 1-0 record. And by the way, Master McCaffrey, like this is how big that first week was for a lot of people. He's third ranked, first in my division, third ranked, but with 178 points.
Yep.
And he's third. So at 8th ranked with a record of 0-1 is Big Blue Milk and Foggies. By the end of this season, I'll have that down.
Yeah. Which is
I come in at 10th with I Heart Diet Coke with 111 points. Awful. And then close behind me was the Orange Jacket Men at 0-1. Now with Jason's Darth Roscom symbol number sign, I don't know what that means. That's what it looks like on here.
Okay.
It's right there. I'm not making it up. Anyway, first is some schmuck Legacy of Bane, who didn't change his team from fucking last year.
I'll still change the name. I'm probably going to change it to C+ my ass.
As you should.
The name I'm probably going to pick.
You're number 1 with 196 points for the week. The Acco AT-ATs are also number 2 ranked with 188 points. Chewy's Angels with a record of 1-0.
Yep.
And with a higher draft ranking than us both.
Yep.
She's in 5th place with 145 points. Suck My Midi-chlorians is 0-1. Suffered a loss at the hands of Jason. Imperial Right Guard is 0-1 as well. He's at 9th. And then at 12th is Summer of Legends, my ass, at an 0-1 with 104. Look, for week 1 this season compared to week 1 last season, there was a lot of fight. There was a lot of fight in a lot of these games, So it fell the way it fell, right? It's week 1. I don't think this season's going to normalize for probably till week 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, because it's going to be a direct reflection of the NFL because they still are trying to get their shit together.
And Kovitz hasn't really reared its head yet. Like the actual sickness in any of these locker rooms or anything. So it's a wait and see game for that. But I honestly, AKA Swede loses to a girl in week 2. I like it.
Yes.
So yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Now I do want to say, so
timer's done.
All right. This coming week, me, the number 1 team, is playing Summer of Legends, my ass, the number 12 team. So that might sound like a slam dunk, but you never know. That's why they play the game, right? So
right. This play is to win the game.
So this is Bronco Fett's chance to jump up out of last place and punch me in the mouth, and move up quite a bit.
And it's a long season.
It is.
Like I said, you're not climbing out of a points battle where you only put up 70 points last week. Everyone's got over the century mark in points and so that's a great start. And we're just going to build off of that. Why did I close my Yahoo app? God damn it, idiot!
Yeah,
All right. There we go. Matchups for.
And you've got Master McCaffrey this week.
Okay, there you go. I am, like I said, I am not going to talk any shit because I need to see my players perform. I worked some waiver wire stuff. I picked up some people. I'm going to. This is going to happen to me a lot this season. It's going to be me working the waiver wire. And we're at some point, I believe this season, we're going to have to see some trades, especially with the quarterbacks. Because you mentioned it last week, there's almost all the starting quarterbacks are on teams right now.
Yep.
So when bye weeks happen and shit like that, when we're starting in 2 quarterbacks, then something's going to have to change. Like my Carson Wentz start last week hurt me because I had Phillip Rivers on the bench who had outscored both my quarterbacks. Right. So it's a tricky situation.
Yep. But I like it though. I do like that quarterback in the flex slot. So I think that's going to work out really well.
I think it's fun.
Yeah,
I really do. Who's next? Acco AT-ATs are against Suck My Midi-chlorians. The AT-ATs are favored by 11 points. I think that's going to be a close game. And the number 2 versus the number 7.
Yep.
So we'll see. You know what we should do? We should pick the other games in fantasy. But we don't. I mean, we already spent 30 minutes talking.
Yeah. We've already hit our time.
Probably don't have time for that. And we don't want to pit each other, like our people in front of yes, dance monkeys dance. No, we don't want to do that.
Seem like we're picking favorites or anything.
Right. We got Orange Jacket Men versus Detroit Death Stars. Orange Jacket Men are favored by 15 points in this game.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. I'm looking forward to that. And go duke that out. Chewy's Angels against Imperial Right Guard. Chewy's Angels is favored by 28 points.
Yep.
Math.
Still a lot, though.
It is. I mean, that's like one guy having a really big game. Like that's the difference we're talking about. And then the last matchup, we have Attack of the Swede versus Big Blue Milk and Floggies. That is almost a dead even. There's only a 3-point difference between the 2 of them. So Swede better get his fucking game on, or he is in fact going to lose to a girl.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Unless you enjoy losing to a girl. I guess.
Speaking of which, can we just jump ahead to week 9 real quick? When Blue Milk and Floggies takes on Chewy's Angels.
Wow, girl on girl action.
Yeah. Dave's words, not mine. But they always say
it popped in my head and just flew out.
They always say guys try to pit girls against each other. Well, this is one matchup I'm definitely looking forward to. The 2 ladies in the league going head to head in week 9. I hope they bring it. I hope the fists come out and it's a knockdown, drag out fight. See, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to be sexist. That's why I said
You
fit.
are so sexist. You are like
How dare you, sir?
the epitome of being sexist. Watch the show. Subscribe to the Gen X POV podcast, YouTube channel, all the fucking social media things, and you will see. You will see for yourself.
To be fair,
I may egg that on every time.
To be fair, on Gen X POV, I don't think I've said too much in the way of super sexist shit yet. Now, if you go back to all things Star Wars, yeah, it's all over the place.
Yet. It just hasn't come up yet. I'm sure it will, though. With our upcoming topic, I bet you there's some shit's going to come out.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
What? I'm live on the air right now.
Is that your sign to close out? He's talking to
Yes. Yeah. They're upstairs. Nobody's up there? They're probably out back trying a new porta pot. I'll be done in a minute.
Good shit. So next Monday we will be back from a Gen X point of view. Had a little hiatus because of my work shit, which we'll explain during the show. But yeah, we're back with a really, really cool topic: The Breakfast Club.
Yes.
The movie, a 30 years later recap, or however long it's been.
85.
Okay, so 25 years later.
I was doing a bunch of math for the ages, like how old the actors were when they were fucking doing this.
Oh, yeah, and that's something funny to talk about too.
Yeah.
But Fathom events, the guys that take old movies and they put them back in theaters, they're doing a Fathom for The Breakfast Club right around the corner from me at this fucking theater over in Summerdale. So I'm taking the family. My boys have never seen The Breakfast Club, so I'm really looking forward to seeing their reaction. They're all teenagers. They're all in high school and middle school. So you would think that this is the age where they're going to appreciate that. So we'll see. So we're doing the Fathom event.
We will see. I think we're because I'm rewatching it. I haven't watched it in years, but I'm rewatching it, and it's well, we will get into it. We will definitely get into it
because for our generation, that was.
Oh yeah,
that was fucking phenomenal.
Well, we'll save it. We'll save it for the show on Monday.
All right, fair enough. So that should be the end. Then Dave's got shit to do. I've actually got shit to do
at the lodge. Allegedly getting ready to do things.
Oh, maybe I'll drink a Corona.
There you go.
This fresh Corona that was opened and then never actually drank. Still sitting here. Mold floating at the top, by the way.
Really? Wow, that was quick. Oh, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right.
All right, we're signing off. Dave, send us home.
Peace out, bitches.